Good afternoon, everyone. We'll get the meeting started. Today is Friday, March 14th, and it is 12:01. And this is the Disabilities Commission meeting, and we are recording and in progress. How's everybody doing?
Good.
I'm just going to turn my volume up a little bit so I can hear a little bit better. So pretty short meeting today. I have just a couple of updates, and if you have anything that you would like to update, the first and foremost is about the town van dispatch vendor. I had invited both Amy and Liz to join the meeting. Neither one of them are available because they have meetings today. And so Liz did send me an email. I had asked her if there have been any other complaints and to see if anyone from EHS had reached out to dispatch and talked with them with regards to the concerns, and if there had been any changes that had been made based on the complaints. And her comments were that there have been no other complaints, that they did talk with management and relayed all the concerns, and management have addressed it with the dispatchers, and they also noted that they are doing regular trainings, customer service and disability awareness, and that they are looking into updating their feedback form on the website. And so that is all that they have for right now with regard to their dispatch. If there is anything further, they would like to hear from us, you in particular, Eric, because you are the one that actually had brought the complaint regarding dispatch and wanted to know if there was anything further, if there were any more concerns from you, because she would like to bring that forward to them and know that how you feel. Has anything improved? Has anything gone better, worse, or is everything staying the same?
Sure. No, that's fair. And I think I mentioned, I had such a poor taste in my mouth from the bad experiences that I had stopped using the service. So in fairness, I can't say if anything, from my perspective as a user has changed.
Right.
I had been using the Mark Connect service, which is, discounted rates on like a ride share, like an Uber or Lyft type service, which is a great service and very polite and courteous when you call there. But yeah, I mean, in order to give it a fair shake, I should try and book the town van. But I think I should also, the others, and it's not a huge number, but the few others in town that have shared, the concerns that I expressed with the dispatch service, they should be logging their concerns as well in kind of an official way. So I should also recommend to people, if I hear from others, that they follow that course as well. So no, I think that's fair, and that sounds good for right now.
Okay. All right. So I will relay that information to Liz so that she knows that, and that if you have the opportunity, you might try and use it again to see if your experience is any better or if it's still the same.
I'll use it for my next appointment.
Okay. All right. Sounds great.
We have an insider that can feed us other information.
Right, exactly. And and it's important that we stay on top of it and not just let it slide. Because if we can get lip service and say, oh yeah, we're doing all this, and if it's not really happening, that's also important to know.
Right. And we used to control dispatch. I mean, we didn't before we had a contract. It was a position in town that actually was our dispatch. So if we're paying for a service, we would expect it to be equal to or better than what we were providing. That's right. So
exactly.
I mean, I loved it when I first moved to town because it was like you were talking to someone that you knew. Like every time I called, it was like the person who was driving the van that answered the phone. I mean, then I know that's not practical, but it was like, you know, it had that very homey feel to it, you know, so it was neat.
The second item is update on the meeting with the select board. So I did go to the meeting on Monday with the 3 items that we had approved at the last meeting. So the first 2 were the items on the non-disclosure and our policy for the ADA. And the select board very graciously approved both of them. They will be going up on the website probably Monday or Tuesday of next week, but I was very grateful that the select board did approve them very readily, and they also approved going forward with basically approving the removal of Luigi due to the fact that he's unable to attend our meeting. So we do now have the vacancy, so there's only, the 4 of us on the board, and we do have the vacancy. And in talking with you, Eric, through email, I can send out that letter if you would like to the 2 members that you had mentioned, and invite them to, apply and see if they would like to join us.
Yeah, I would like it if we could. And, I know that they were gung ho, when I first started talking about them as candidates, and I don't know if they're waffling now, but I think it's worth sending a letter to each one of them, and I can follow up and kind of just make sure that they're still engaged and interested, and see if either of them is still on board. Hopefully they're both still on board, but I think that would be good.
And it's a relatively easy process too. It takes like all of 3 minutes to go online and just send out the application, and the select board are pretty easy to have someone join us, and they don't even have to go to the meeting.
Right. We're really just looking for people that might have an issue with a person, as opposed to, it helps when someone speaks to themselves if they're there, if we've never heard of the person. But if that's the only time that you would maybe want to see the person. But the select board in general is not going to say no to a volunteer, especially if this board is also, backing them, or any board for that matter.
Right.
Sure.
We definitely would have done that.
I mean, I won't name names, but one candidate in my mind would be, obviously, like, they're both, if they're both interested in volunteering and contributing to, the town discussion about disability, I think that's great. But like, out of the 2 candidates, one of them is a little more fiery and a little more opinionated, and the other one is, I think a little more democratic. So like, I'm kind of quietly hoping that, I feel like it would be great to have the advisory support of one of them, if not directly kind of coming to these meetings. And, do you understand what I'm saying, Diane?
Yes. Yeah.
Because I feel like our meetings could get off track on grievances and things like that, and I don't want that. So I'm kind of rooting silently for one of them, but
Well, Eric, was if I recall correctly, it was the lady that was the gun ho, wasn't it?
She was, but
Okay.
she's having a lot of I mean, 1 week it was technology issues. The second week it was scheduling issues. I'm like, okay, now don't get inconsistent or unreliable now,
Right.
But I mean, I can have the one-on-one with each of them and kind of follow up and see where their mind is at currently,
Yeah, that would be helpful, I think.
Yeah.
So in all reality, I mean, those were the only 2 issues that we had to talk about today. And the only thing now is just, action items as to what our next steps going forward are, basically, sending a letter to both of the members, both of the residents that are interested in becoming members, sending the information that we had approved at the select board meeting on Monday night, to James Duggan, because now we're getting a little bit closer to that May deadline, getting his approval for all the steps that we've taken, as far as getting Eric Durber as the ADA, getting his information out on the website, now getting the non-disclosure information out there, getting our policy out there, making all those steps forward, what else is he looking for? Is there something that else that we're missing? So I think if we get all those things to him now, I think we'll be in good shape as far as, the grant is concerned for May. Let's see what else he thinks we're missing, if we're missing anything.
So Eric is our ADA coordinator, is that right?
Yes, Eric Durba.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw the MOD newsletter today. They're like, make sure you're working with your ADA coordinator. I'm like, I was like, okay, this. So yeah, this sounds good. I think. Is there anything we need to be doing to to prepare to submit, or like everything is kind of falling into
Well,
place?
everything's kind of together. It's just, these were some things that he said that we needed. So, I want to get those things back to him to make sure they, pass the muster type thing, and to be sure that he thinks, because he basically said that you don't have to recreate the wheel, look at the state, see what they have, use your resources, and, and basically what we did was we just looked at what the state had and kind of changed the names, and put us in there, and went from there. And so I don't know why it wouldn't work, because it works for the state, so why would it work for the town?
Right.
So
I think the other thing that we should ask Jeff is upon submission of this and it get accepted, what can we do next? I'm not quite clear whether or not that we can go in and ask for grant on something. I'm sort of kind of under the impression May is the month that you can go in and ask for grant for something. So I'm not sure, once they accept that, what can we do in terms of asking for money from that point? I think it's that you have to wait till the following year to submit the next application for grant, or whatever the case is. I think that if he can clarify that for us with regards, once this is submitted and is accepted and approved by them, what can we do next in terms of grant?
okay.
Yeah, just
So I think
we want to stay ahead of it, and that
yeah,
we can hit the ground running, I guess, in May. Make sure we're
right. I think part of it is, are we looking to do a transition plan, or what is it that we're actually looking for the money for? And I think that's the biggest thing. Is that what we're looking for, to do a
Well,
transition plan?
I thought that we needed to get a consultant to go through the town of Littleton and tell us what's on target and what's not on target.
Which is a transition plan.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we would be looking for.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have anything else that they would like to?
I just sent a calendar invite for a placeholder for the April 11th Friday, because second Friday of the month.
April 11th.
Okay. Okay. It works for me. April 11th.
Me too. Yep. It's good.
George, does that work for you?
Yeah, usually I try to make anything work.
Okay. Mhm.
So if I got something, I'll definitely bring it ahead.
Okay. Mhm. Well,
Well,
is
I know that we needed touch bases with the building commission there and see when he can get us to go and look at the senior center and also 36.
Yeah, are you available next Tuesday, George? Because I have to set up something for Lucy to go over there. Are you available Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday should be okay. So I got a meeting with Jim Maserio on Monday, so
Mhm.
yeah, Tuesday is open.
Okay. All right, I'll send you a email as soon as I get that set up. Oh.
Okay.
Mhm. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
All right. Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Eric? George?
aye.
Diane, aye.
Gary's
All
aye.
right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, and
Yep.
have a great weekend. And
You too. Hopefully it's nice.
yeah, I'll
Yep.
talk to you all
All
soon.
right. And happy St.
All
Patrick's
right.
Day.
Yeah, happy
You
St.
too.
Patrick's Day.
Thanks.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.